Welcome. We are visiting Vedic Math Teachers Book Values. In the previous sessions, we have been face to face with value 1 prayer and value 2 alphabet. Today, we will be face to face with the third value. It is the format. Value 1 is a Vedic mathematics prayer. Value 2 is Vedic mathematics alphabet. Vedic value 3 of this book is Vedic format. The technical name is. We have been through value 1, Vedic mathematics prayer, which is of 5 folds: Om, Gayatri, Saraswati, Maheshwar, and Ganit. These are the 5 folds. The alphabet as well is a compactified which unfolds itself. Uppermost fold of alphabet is letters alphabet, Devanagari. Devanagari Varanamala is the first fold, uppermost fold, and it is a letters alphabet. The next layer of this alphabet is numbers alphabet. From letters alphabet, we reach at numbers alphabet. Then from numbers alphabet, we reach at geometric alphabet. Thereafter, we reach at a flow format. As such, we are now going to visit the format, the Sathapatya. The term Sathapatya is of TC value 22. It is parallel with the summation value of 4 folds of hypercube. Therefore, to have proper appreciation and for complete imbibing of the values of Sathapatya, we have to visit hypercube 6. We know that hypercube 6 is the representative regular body of 6 space. We also know that 4 space plays the role of dimension of 6 space. Still further, we also know that 2 space plays the role of dimension of 6 space. Let us sit comfortably. Let us be face to face with this feature. 6 space as domain is having 4 space as dimension and 2 space as dimension of dimension. It is this sequential transcendence from 6 space to 2 space parallel with the formulation Rishi, seer, one who sees through. The transcendence within 6 space domain along its dimensional frame, which is a creative dimensional frame of 6 creative dimensions, and each creative dimension is also of a spatial dimension. Therefore, at this transcendence state of dimension, there will be a spatial order, and spatial order would mean the availability of a pair of axes, and reach at pair of axes in a sequential form is to manifest along a single dimension and then to manifest along the pair of dimensions, means within surface, within spatial dimension, interval and square both manifest simultaneously. This, as such, would mean that within creators the space, because of spatial order, there is a manifestation of a pair of generic hypercubes. First generic hypercube series is of unit 1, and the second generic sequential series of hypercubes is of unit 1.5. Therefore, to have proper appreciation of value 3 of Vedic Math Teachers Book, we have to be parallel with simultaneous existence of a pair of generic hypercube series. First is as of unit 1 and second is of as unit half. Now let us have a pause. Let us sit comfortably. Let us first visit the first generic series of hypercubes of unit 1, and then, as is depicted on the computer screen, the hypercube 1 of unit 1 is a fourfold layer minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. Hypercube 2 of unit 1 is 0, 1, 2, 3. Hypercube 3 of unit 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Hypercube 4 of unit 1 is 2, 3, 4, 5. Hypercube 5 unit 1 is 3, 4, 5, 6. Hypercube 6 is 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 makes it 22. It is Sathapatya. This synthetic setup of hypercubes 1 to 6 is designated Sathapatya miring rod. Within 6 space domain, we can have simultaneous manifestations hypercube 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 as well as hypercube 1, a manifestation along a single axis, hypercube 2, manifestation along pair of axes, hypercube 3, manifestation along triple axis, hypercube 4 is manifestation along quadruple axis, hypercube 5 is manifestation along pentaxis, hypercube is manifestation along hexa, all of the six. This is first generic series. This is generic series of unit 1. Now let us see the second generic series is of unit half. The first member of this series is hypercube 1 over 2, and it is a fourfold manifestation layer minus half, 0, 1, and 1 over 2. Summation value is 1. See the first generic series of unit 1 as hypercube 1 as fourfold manifestation layer minus 1, 0, 1, 2 the summation value. However, here the second generic series as its first member is hypercube half and it has summation value 1. Now sit comfortably. Visit this pair of generic series. First generic series as is depicted is of hypercube 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The second generic series, unit half, will be in between the gaps between the pair of consecutive hypercubes of first generic series. So half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6. This way, we will be having second generic hypercubes of half units in between the gaps between the pair of consecutive hypercubes. Is see the values for the First generic series of hypercubes of unit 1 leads to values 2, 6, 10, 14, 18. However, the second generic series hypercubes emerge to be of values 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, and it is a very, very powerful mechanism. It is a powerful system. This is the system which successfully bridges the gaps between the first generic series of hypercubes of unit 1. Sadhkas fulfilled with the intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems, sit comfortably and permit the transcendent mind to comprehend and imbibe these values of pair of hypergeneric cubes manifesting simultaneously, thereby the gaps between hypercubes of unit 1 getting fulfilled. This gaps bridging mechanism of Vedic mathematics, which is unique achievement. This unique achievement of Vedic systems makes Vedic mathematics of very rich values. One shall begin with the formulation Sathapatya. One shall reach at its TC value 22 on the computer screen or the expressions, letter-wise expression, formulation Sathapatya, and then there is also computation, its TCV values, and all the 10 folds of this value. The right hand sheet is depicting, tabulating all the 10 folds formulation Sathapatya. First fold is a word, it is a single composition, it has TC value 1. Second is syllables, there are 3 syllables of this formulation. Third is letters, there are 8 letters this formulation. Fourth is value, it is 20. Fifth is transcendence, it is of value 70. Sixth is frequencies, these are 182. Then it is a formulation, it is 98. Then it is hyperformates, it is 76. Then is transcendence range, it is 190. And ultimately, it is the synthesis of the pair of transcendence ranges, it is 400. The third column is having sequential summation, which takes 1 to 4, then to 12, and ultimately at 982. See 982 as dimension will take us to 985 as origin, and see the value 985 equal to 1 into 3, 5 into 7 into 9, parallel with the transcendence within 9 space, and this transcendence within 9 space is of value 985, which is parallel with 10 folds values of the formulation Sathapatya. Let me sum up. We are visiting Vedic Math Book. Value 1 of this book is prayer. It is a Vedic mathematics prayer. This Vedic mathematics prayer is of 5 folds. The first fold is soul syllable Om. Second is the Gayatri mantra. Third is a set of 10 Saraswati mantras. Fourth is a setup of 14 Maheshwara sutras. Fifth is a setup of 16 13 sutras and upanishads. The second value is alphabet. This is a Vedic alphabet compactified state. The outermost state Devanagari Varnamala, letters alphabet. Next is next layer is next fold is numbers alphabet. It is followed by the geometric format. Then there is a flow along this format, and ultimately it is a Divya Ganga Pravaha. Therefore, in the background of these pair of values, today we have visited third value. This value of Sthapat, that is, it is the six space body format. It is hypercube 6 format. Hypercube 6 in the role of a dimension as dimension will take us to 9 space as an origin. So the Vedic system works with numbers range 1 to 9. However, it avails only the geometric format of hypercubes 1 to 6. Then value 6 is accepted for 6 space as dimension. 6 space as dimension takes us to 9 space as an origin. So it becomes the format of hypercube 8. It is this value, it is this feature which deserves to be comprehended well. Sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity for which to be parallel with the Vedic system shall sequentially visit and imbibe these values of Vedic Mathematics Teachers Book. The first value is the prayer, which is of fivefold. Second feature is alphabet, which as well is a compactified setup of fivefolds. And third value is the Sathapatya. It is Sathapatya measuring rod. It is a Sathapatya measuring rod which takes us within 6 space domain for complete unfolding thereof. And as we know that the transcendence within 6 space along its dimensional frame 642 will bring us face to face with origin is 7 space. 7 space as dimension will take us to 9 space as domain. Therefore, as a Sthapatya, we are having a reach up till hypercube 8, representative regular body of its space. Further, the transcendence within this domain takes us to activization of 7 space and origin, the now Brahm hypercube 9. Thank you very much.